Alex Perrottet from RNZI International is in Fiji. Yesterday he filed on the arrests of leading opposition figures in Fijian politics. And then he went in search of some of the relief work from Cyclone Winston, which killed 44 people and caused widespread destruction across the country. He got on a ship carrying rebuilding supplies, and a short time ago I asked him where he ended up.
Okay, John, I'm in Nangandamu village on Koro Island. 8 people died here in Cyclone Winston in February. Children were drowned in the storm surge. The whole island was affected. And I've just been driving through off the ship, the Lomaiviti Princess, and it was delayed 12 hours in Suva, loading materials and building supplies. All these people, for the first time, many of them are getting piles of wood, corrugated iron, concrete bags and blocks, and see why it's needed. These people behind me have been living in very basic camping tents, small corrugated iron shacks. You can just see behind me, close to the ground, where they've been living, for the last seven months. I'm going to walk and pan around because you'll see some of the destruction here. There's another tent behind me, but we've got the Wesley Church behind me there that's just in pieces. And keep in mind that the churches in these villages are the strongest buildings. These are the ones that the people often rush to. I haven't even asked these people yet what they did, because that church is in utter ruins. A lot of these people are deciding, with the help of the government, is to actually relocate inland. And I'm just going to pan back and walk back up there so you can have a view behind me into the hills, because in some cases that is going to be very, very difficult, because up in this would be a very, very terrifying place to be in a cyclone, John, because often there's just very steep hills that go straight up, and so people would have had nowhere to run. In some places where they can get up onto the next ledge, onto the next hill, I can already see houses being built from some of the materials that are coming in. So that's what people are doing to react. They're just going to higher ground and building there.
Alex, whilst it's great that supplies are getting there, I am, from this distance, somewhat surprised that stuff is getting in so very late. Why is this happening? How were decisions around who was going to get supplies, relief aid, made? And what's been going on that it's taken this long?
Well, one thing to keep in mind, John, is this was a massive, massive disaster, and it's a small island country. We have to take it into account. 30,000 people were left without homes. Half of Fiji needs to be rebuilt. The government has been doing well, considering they've been putting materials on every boat they can get. They're paying for all the delivery of materials. They're paying companies to send their trucks around. Places like this on Koro Island, they're only just getting the help now, although some have already got. There's a lot of volunteers here as well doing their work. But the irony is actually that it's actually some villages in the interior of the main island, Viti Levu, that are doing worse than here in Koro Island, because the roads up there are just not good enough. I was told on the boat by someone from the Ministry of the Economy, who is that's the ministry overseeing all of this rebuilding work, that they have to build roads first, and then they can get the trucks up there to take the materials to some of those places. So as devastating as it is here in Koro Island, they're going to get their homes much quicker than some people in the remote interior of the mainland.
Alex Perrottet in Fiji.